Hello guys, today we talk about some fake Taiji or some Taiji special effects we call from the 4 basic Taiji principles, Peng, Lü, Ji, and An. Okay, so you see we demonstrate the first 4 basic concepts in pushing hand standard demonstration version, so you can recognize it from other videos, other masters, whatever. Okay, so first is the Peng. Peng. You see motion like this. So he hit me, 1, 2, and then I go in, and then I Peng him. Looks like an arm bar, another side. Yeah. I got the wrist, I got here the elbow, and then I go to the wild horse stance, and then I push him away, the Peng. Lü, you see also when he is here, and he pushes me, yeah, and then I Lü him, push me, and Lü him to the side, or he push here, push, and then push again, I Lü him to the side. That's the basic, other side, that's the basic Lü demonstration, which looks very dramatic because my opponent is flying away halfway. And you have Ji. Ji is like I push him and he lose me. He lose me. Yeah. Again. Yeah. And now I Ji. I change my direction. Yeah. Again, I push him and then change my direction like this. Okay. Also looks like very powerful. And the An, very typical is he gives me punch, and then I An his arm on him before he can take the other punch. And also in pushing hand, if he goes in Ji, yeah, and I'm here, and then this push, direct push, horizontal power is not okay, but I go into circle, and then I can deroot him. These are basic, very important principles in Taiji, okay? But in those kind of demonstration, we all forgot one thing. This is just a training demonstration to explain how the power and the force works inside the technique. But this is not an application, how you use it in an actual fight or self-defense situation or in competition or whatever. So we see, we show you now the reality if you use those training demonstrations in a real combat situation. So the first one is Peng again, the armbar thing, yeah? Okay, again, and then I go like this, and then hit me, and because he will change, all right? He's not gonna just stay there and let his arm hang around, yeah? And then I go in with my technique, the other hand is there, he can move his feet, he can redirect, and then hit me from the other direction, yeah, stuff like this. All kinds of shit happens, okay? Again, and I go here, and then he hits me, and then I can catch an arm, and then get hit. And that's in most case how the Taiji guy or the Kung Fu guy gets defeated, because they cannot tell the difference between training exercise tools and the fighting application. So the second one, Lü, also in a real situation, it's like he goes for takedown, he gives me punching first and then takedown, and then I Lü him, yeah? And that looks very ideal, but actually, if he comes, and he will leave the position, and then he will try to find another way. He is changing. So actually in Taiji, also Yung Chun, every other style, is about changing, not just to demonstrate one principle. The principle is very important for the beginners to learn. So when I show the principles in our training, I also have to ask the partner to be collaborative so I can show the technique. Because otherwise you cannot show the technique, it's very chaotic if you're already in combat. But in a combat, it's not going to be like this. If you give me only one punch, and then I go like this, and then you have the standard Lü special effect, or the opponent's flying away. I'm controlling with one arm. It may not look like that, okay? And then you have the Ji. Also, he gives me two punch, 1, 2, and then here I push him away without hitting him just with the bridge hand and stuff. Also not so realistic, because he always will give the structure away and change his structure and start to hitting me from another angle. Okay, so he gives me 2 punch, and then I'm here, and then he will hit me from every other angle possible. Okay, and takedowns, throws, knee kicks, whatever. But today we show only the punching. But actually, it's a very chaotic situation. So you have your standard pushing hand exercise like this. If I push him, he loses me, and then I G him, and then we go, always the same setting. Let's say that. It's very important to train though, because it's very good for your coordination, for your movement, for your flow, for changing hand and stuff. Yeah? But more important is, if you already get this level of pushing hand, do free pushing hand. Not just the setting, the choreographed settings. But you have to become free, become more creative. But not always full power. We don't do full power sparring, but have fun. Be creative inside your mind. Train your head, not just your hands. Okay. The 4th principle is an. You also see this as one of the counter of G. He G's me and then push, and I push horizontally, very hard for me. Okay, and push, and then I go around, and then I can deroot him. All right, like this again. Push, and then already gone, because I move a little bit. But in reality, he also will change the structure. He will not stay here, and then I push, and then he will change, and then do something else. And even it's this free pushing hand exercise, he can push me. I push here, and then he knows, and then he will change. He will not stay here, and then do nothing. Because the teacher or the master, in most cases, told the student to be rigid, and then stay here, and then, use your muscle, push. And then, of course, he has no chance, because I'm changing. He's not changing, he's pushing in only one direction, this. But I go another direction, and then, of course, I can change him. But the fun begins when he also changes, because he has a brain. Okay? He also will move, and then he moves and push me, and stuff like that. Happens. So that's why you have to train both. Okay? If you want to use a combat application. If you don't, you want to do it for your coordination, for your health. It's very good for the nervous system, because the coordinated movement makes your brain and hand connection better, so you don't get Parkinson and stuff like that, But actually, to understand the applications on another level. So now we show all 4 techniques again in the actually applied situation, where it's almost impossible to see. They become invisible. That's why many Tai Chi fighters will be called out for not using Tai Chi in combat, because you cannot see the movement like this happening inside of combat, but very short movement. But we can try to do it fast first, and then we do it slow, so I can explain why. Okay, so the peng, if he gives me just punch him, when we're in a sanso situation, like this, he's punching me, I'm punching him, like this. There's a more realistic combat situation. Okay, and then when I can use peng, I'm already here, and then I can use peng a little bit. Okay, or he comes again, and then that's already peng. But I have to react and change to his punching, and then here, little bit peng, right here. Okay, and Lu also can work for the takedown situation, but not too big, but very small, very fast. Okay, so he give me punching and then take down to try to grab my legs. Okay, and then again I go like this, and then he goes up, but I also change. Okay, and that was it. That was Lu, and then you change. Finished. Not Lu until the whole technique is done. It's not possible in most cases, but it's still a principle, because he is coming down in a straight line. I redirected a little bit, and then I try also to hit him and do whatever. Changing is the most important part when we actually understand the philosophical principle and basics of Taiji and Yung Chun, the 5 elements in the Chinese theory system. It's always changing. But if you don't change and you only this element to this element to this, nothing will work, okay? So the Ji is actually called, a motion in Chinese when you stand together in the bus or the train, when the people standing like this. So it's actually very, very close range. So he gives me punch, I also punch, and he tries to clinch me for whatever, okay? So, and when I'm here, now I can Ji a little bit. Also, maybe he will not fly away, but if he tries to clinch me, and then if I push him a little bit, it will change his balance and gives me another opportunity for either a counter clinch, again, clinch and then this, and then I go here, and it's changing very fast. And then this also, you see in Muay Thai, he gives me clinch. You see this? But we call it the crane, okay? But also very famous Muay Thai counter clinch technique. So you see, it looks not like Taiji anymore when we really applied it. That's why most cases, if we fight, we got it called out, we are called being fake, not using Taiji, but we use too much Taiji, we got punched in the face, and then Taiji loses again. So it doesn't matter if you fight or not. Okay, and the last one is An. An actually happening very fast if you are attacking the opponent. It's better. Also, and the other way around, but we'll show you in the case when I'm the offensive one and he's going defensive. Okay, he give me punch, but I go more punching, yeah, like this, and he goes to the guard. Okay, again, yeah, and then I go here and then push him a little bit, and then, yeah. So why I push him? Because after I push him, he will come back and punch me again. So why I push him? The pushing is changing the balance for maybe 1 second, half a second, something, okay? But it gives me a time window to do something else, okay? He gives me a punch, and I punch back, and I push him, and now I can grab his leg, or I can kick him, or something. But if I punch him, and then now I try to grab his leg, or he pull my head, and stuff like that. Again, I punch him, and I go, and that's very bad, okay? Because his hand is actually anticipating something. So, but in this case, I'm giving him an extra second of information, like this. And then I already got over my first instance, so I can move closer to him. And then also, when we apply like that, looks a lot like MMA or wrestling or jiu-jitsu or whatever. And that's the point, because all martial arts are very similar. They're based on the human ergonomic, the universal movement concept of human body, okay? But there are different ways of approaching, let's say that, okay? But actually all different maps to the same goal. So let's respect each other, but always beware and think about what's training, what is demonstration, what is application, okay? Do not mix them up. Otherwise, you try to do the demonstration inside a combat situation, you will get punched in the face. Okay? See you next time.